Welcome to our deep dive, everyone. All right, folks, get ready to dive deep into this V86 card. Let's kick things off at Bergsåker with V86-1, and right off the bat, we've got a Lurling series, which, for those not in the know, means apprentice drivers are in the mix.
That's right. And that always adds an extra layer of unpredictability to the race.
For sure. Experience counts for a lot, especially when those split-second decisions can make all the difference.
Absolutely. So we're looking for those apprentice drivers who can keep a cool head under pressure. Those who can think strategically and react quickly to changing race dynamics.
Okay, got it. So, looking at the field, number 7, Multi-Wib, is generating a lot of buzz with a recent easy win and a solid V75 performance.
Multi-Wib's definitely one to watch. The data suggests a potential front-runner strategy.
So who are we looking at as the main challengers to Multi-Wib?
Number 12, Gandalf Road. Could be a real threat, especially if the pace is fast. This horse has a powerful closing kick. If the leaders tire out, Gandalf Road could swoop in and steal the victory.
Ooh, I love a good late surge. It's like they're just biding their time, waiting for that perfect moment to strike.
And then there's number 3, my Sweet Shadow Speedy, no doubt, but probably more comfortable tucked away in the pocket, waiting for the right moment to make a move. But there's a recent equipment change that throws a bit of a wrench into the equation.
Okay, so we've got a potential front runner, a late closer, and a wild card with a new equipment setup. Anything else we should be considering in this race?
Well, one interesting trend I've noticed in this field is that a lot of these horses consistently finish in the top 3, but rarely win.
Really? So they've got the talent, but maybe they're just lacking that killer instinct, that final push to cross the finish line first.
Exactly. So this race could be the perfect opportunity for one of them to break that pattern and finally claim the top spot.
All right, I'm intrigued. Any thoughts on who might be ready to step up and grab that elusive win?
Number 6, Zircon Clip is definitely one to watch. Consistently in the money, often overlooked, and could offer some tempting odds for those looking for a potential long shot play.
I love a good long shot story. A horse that defies the odds and proves everyone wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to V86-2, and we've got a clear favorite here with number 5, Lacazette, sporting a strong recent record.
Well, Lacazette is certainly a strong contender, but sometimes those favorites can be a bit overhyped. It's important to look beyond the recent wins and dig a little deeper into the data.
Yeah, you're right. Past performance doesn't always guarantee future success. So are you saying we shouldn't just assume Lacazette is a sure thing?
Exactly. And that's why I think number 8, Jacques Mares, is worth a closer look.
Okay, tell me more about this Jacques Mares. What makes you think they could upset the favorite?
This horse has a stellar pedigree, a strong win rate, and maybe most importantly, the legendary driver Bjorn Goop back in the sulky.
Bjorn Goop.
Yeah.
That name carries a lot of weight in the horse racing world.
Absolutely. Now, there is a question mark because of a long layoff, but recent training sessions suggest Jacques Mares is back in fighting form and ready to make a statement.
So, a comeback story, a legendary driver, and maybe some untapped potential. I'm starting to see why you think this one's a threat.
And we can't forget about number 9, Leo the Lion. This horse has been quietly racking up some impressive results lately. The data suggests they're capable of more than their current stats might indicate.
Always love a good underdog story. A horse that's flying under the radar and ready to surprise everyone.
Exactly. And then there's number 3, my Honky Tonk Man, returning from a break with a new driver and some equipment adjustments.
Those changes often signal that the trainer is looking for a significant improvement. Like they've identified some areas to focus on, and they're hoping to see a different outcome this time around.
Precisely. So don't be surprised if my Honky Tonk Man puts in a much stronger performance than their past results might suggest.
Okay, we've got a race full of intriguing possibilities here. It's going to be fascinating to see how it all unfolds. All right, let's head back to Bergsåker for V86-3, and this time we're diving into the world of cold bloods.
Cold blood races are always a treat. They're known for their stamina, their unique gait, and let's be honest, their unpredictable nature.
So buckle up, folks, because this one could get wild.
That's right. You never quite know what to expect with cold bloods. They're known for those late surges and those dramatic finishes. The leader can change multiple times in the final stretch.
All right, I'm ready for some cold blood chaos. Who are the key players in this race?
Well, the favorite is number 1, Ghoulie Robin, currently in good form and a potential frontrunner. However, starting from the inside position in a cold blood race can be a double-edged sword.
Because they could get boxed in and struggle to find racing room.
Precisely. And that's why I'm keeping a close eye on number 4, Mastrix Mercules. They've got a recent race over this track under their belt, and they'll be driven by Mats E. Jews, one of the top drivers in the business.
A skilled driver can make all the difference, especially in a race where strategy and timing are so crucial. Any other cold-blood contenders we should be watching?
Number 9, Hybo Balder, has the potential to dominate this race. This horse is known for those bursts of speed, but they can also be a bit temperamental.
Ah, so they've got the talent, but do they have the temperament? That's the big question.
Exactly. If Hybo Balder brings their A game, they could be tough to beat, but if they have an off day, it could be anyone's race.
So we've got a potential front runner who might get trapped, a strategically positioned contender with a top driver, and a wild card with a need for speed. Anything else to add to this cold-blood mix?
Well, just for fun, let's throw in a true long shot. Number 12, Clack Siri. Winless in 44 starts, but they've shown glimpses of brilliance, and the trainer seems optimistic.
I love it. A long shot with a heart of gold. Maybe this is their day to shine. All right, moving on to V86-4, and we're off to Solvalla for a 21 40-meter auto start stallop.
In this race, the starting gate can really make a difference. We've got some strong contenders, but those with less than ideal starting positions are going to need some luck to overcome that disadvantage.
That's a good point. So let's talk about those starting positions and how they might impact the race. Who are the key players here?
Number 1, Only Love is the likely favorite, and with good reason. Won from the lead last time and seems to thrive on setting the pace. But if another horse challenges them for that lead early on, it could change the entire dynamic of the race.
So even a horse that loves to lead can be vulnerable if they get caught in a speed duel.
Exactly. And that's why I'm intrigued by number 6, Tracy. And then we have number 11, Fujiko Font, an Italian import with a solid winning record. However, adapting to a new racing style can be a challenge. Now, this might sound counterintuitive, but a horse like Fujiko Font, with a question mark and a potentially higher payout, could be a valuable addition to a system bet.
That's smart thinking. All right, any long shots in this race that you think could sneak into the money?
Number 3, Mazarin Brada, has shown steady improvement lately, decent starting position, and could potentially find themselves in a favorable pocket trip.
Okay, I'm making note of that one. A potential sleeper pick with some upside. Now let's head back to Bergsåker for V86-5. And there's a lot of buzz surrounding number 12, Warhol, a horse that was heavily favored in their last race, but disappointed with a lackluster performance.
Now, sometimes horses have off days, just like athletes. It happens. But it's important to analyze why that happened. Was it a one-time thing, or is there a bigger issue at play?
So we're looking for clues. Was it the track conditions, the driver, something else that might have affected their performance? We need to determine if this was a fluke or a sign of something more concerning.
Exactly. And that's why I'm particularly interested in number 1, Lycan Sunchaser. This horse is in excellent recent form and has a favorable inside starting position. If Warhol isn't at their best, Lycan Sunchaser could be perfectly positioned to capitalize.
Always love a horse that's ready to seize the opportunity. Any other contenders looking to dethrone the, shall we say, temporarily tarnished star?
Number 2, Hypnotize, actually beat Warhol convincingly in their last encounter. The question is, can they replicate that success?
The age-old question, was it a fluke or a sign of true superiority?
Precisely. And then there's number 11, Justin Bieber Sisu. A bit of a long shot, but known for that late burst of speed. If the pace is fast and the leaders tire out, Justin Bieber Sisu could be a factor in the final stretch.
So we've got a race with a fallen star, a potential usurper, and a long shot with a knack for late drama. This one's going to be exciting. All right, let's dash over to Solvalla for V86-6, and this race is shaping up to be a real strategic puzzle for bettors.
It looks like a two-horse showdown, which can be a blessing and a curse. On one hand, your chances of picking the winner are higher, but the odds might not be as favorable.
So it's a trade-off. Do you play it safe with a smaller potential payout, or do you take a risk for a bigger reward?
Exactly. The two horses to focus on are number 6, Iolo Wiesel, and number 8, Starro Royal Mark. Both are in top form, but their starting positions could play a significant role in the outcome.
Okay, break it down for me. How do their starting positions affect their chances?
Iolo Wiesel has a more favorable starting position, potentially giving them an early advantage. Starro Royal Mark, on the other hand, has a less than ideal starting position, which means they'll need to overcome that obstacle to reach their full potential.
Okay, let's gallop on to V86-7 back at Bergsåker, and we've got another potential star in the making.
Number 11, Lindy's Musclemania. definitely has the potential to dominate this race, especially with the recent driver change.
A new driver can really shake things up. Sometimes it's just what a horse needs to find that extra gear.
Absolutely. But with Lindy's Muscle Mania, there's also a wild card factor.
Oh, spill a tea. What's the inside scoop?
Let's just say Lindy's Muscle Mania is known for being a bit temperamental. They have their good days and their not so good days.
Intriguing. So while the talent is there, consistency might be an issue. If Lindy's Muscle Mania decides to take a day off, who are the contenders most likely to benefit?
Number 4, Master of Zon, is a speed demon, known for those lightning-fast starts. If they're allowed to control the pace early on, it could be a tough race for the others to catch up.
Love a horse that takes charge. It's like they're saying, follow me if you can.
And then there's number 8, Money Smile. Strong horse, no doubt. But the short distance and outside starting position present some challenges. They're going to need a fast pace to set up a late charge.
So we're potentially looking at a battle of strategies here. The early speedster versus the late closer. This race could be a nail-biter.
All right, let's move on to our final race, V86-8 at Solvalla. And this one features a horse with a perfect record.
That's right. Number 11, Ogden Boko. 4 starts, 4 wins. This horse seems to have it all. Speed, stamina, and a real winning mentality. What's even more impressive is that they've overcome challenges in those wins, demonstrating a real tenacity.
4 for 4.
Right.
That's incredible. But every streak has to end sometime, right? Who are the challengers looking to hand Ogden Boko their first loss?
Well, number 9, Deanna McSmoney prefers to lead, but they might struggle to get there from their starting position. However, if there's some early chaos in the race, and let's face it, that's always a possibility, Deanna McSmoney could capitalize on the confusion.
And then there's number 8, RK Eagle. Another good horse, but the starting position isn't ideal. They're going to need a smooth trip and some racing luck to overcome that disadvantage.
Okay, so we've got the undefeated rising star, the potential leader who thrives on chaos, and the contender who needs a bit of luck to shine. This final race is shaping up to be a thrilling end to our V86 journey. So we've analyzed each race, dissected the contenders, and hopefully provided you with some valuable insights. Fantastic. Thanks for sharing your insights, expert speaker. I'm feeling really good about this V86 card. And to our listeners, good luck with your bets. May your Wednesday be filled with excitement and big wins.
Absolutely. Enjoy the races.
And that's a wrap for this week's V86 Deep Dive. We've analyzed the races, dissected the contenders, and hopefully provided you with some valuable knowledge and maybe even a few winning picks. Remember, horse racing is a game of skill and strategy, so keep learning, keep refining your approach, and most importantly, have fun. We'll be back next week with another exciting V86 card, so stay tuned. Until then, happy betting.